So you seek to destroy. You got it in your hands. Can you help us? Can you understand?
Okay guys, made it to Bratislava and purchased a public transport ticket, so now I'm just going to make my way to the hostel where I'm going to be staying and working, and yeah, I will see you there. Alright guys, I made it to the hostel. It's actually been a few days. I've sort of settled in here. I was a little bit nervous and unsure of what to expect with this work exchange where, I'm staying and helping with cleaning in exchange for a free bed, basically, for free lodging. I have never done one of these before, but I'm potentially interested in doing more of these in the future, so I wasn't sure what this first one would be like, and now that I'm here, it has been pretty great. I am here along with one other guy who is also doing the same thing as me, volunteering, doing a work exchange, staying for free. His name is Rodolfo. He's from Brazil. He's a super cool guy. But anyway, pros and cons of the experience so far. I'm staying at this hostel. It's a very small hostel. There are 9 beds total in this place, right? There's 3 private rooms and then a dorm room with 6 beds. So very, very small hostel, not very busy. Me and Rodolfo have minimal cleaning duties to do every day. Just keep the place functioning, and that's pretty much it. And then we stay for free. So it's a really good deal. It's working out quite well. So the pros are, it's peaceful here. There's very little work. The cons are there is essentially zero communication with the owners of this place. So the people who actually technically own and run this hostel, are never here. I have not seen them yet. Rodolfo, who is here before me, never seen them here. Yeah, we're on a group chat with them where they message us things, but not very frequently. So they're supposed to let us know when new people are checking in. That's been a little hit or miss. For example, they told us, Rodolfo and I, to stay in this room here, which has a couple beds in it. And then yesterday at 1:30 p.m., mind you, check-in begins at 2 p.m., they told us, hey, actually someone booked that room you guys are in, you need to move. So we're given no notice. They have us jumping around to different rooms to whatever's not booked. We never know in advance what's going to be booked. We find out last minute. So that's definitely the biggest con, is it's been a little bit chaotic in that respect. But honestly, overall, I have been having a lot of fun, and I think it's a great experience doing this work exchange. I think the trade-off of no communication with the owners is worth it for the fact that I have so little work to do, basically left to my own devices. I get to stay for free. It's worth it. So anyway. That's what it's been like so far here at the hostel. Let's talk a little bit about the city of Bratislava. I've now been here a few days. I have seen a little bit of it, walked around, but I haven't specifically gone to the tourist sites that I want to see here in the city. We're going to do that tomorrow, actually, and I'm going to take you along with me and film some stuff. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be in the same video. I don't know why I say stay tuned for that. Just keep watching this video, I guess. But anyway, the city of Bratislava, or rather, let's say the wider region that I'm in. Something I want to clear up from a previous video is I said in my first video about why I'm traveling and what I'm going to be doing that I would be traveling around Eastern Europe. And I've come to realize that that's probably not the most accurate way to phrase that. The term Eastern Europe is one that a lot of people disagree on how to define it or which countries are included within that definition. And it's also seen by some people as derogatory, as in Eastern Europe implies communist, dangerous, underdeveloped, that sort of thing, which it doesn't have to, but some people see it that way. So the area of Europe that I'm in right now, so I've been in Czechia, I'm now in Slovakia. This is more accurately called Central Europe. That's what the people here prefer to call it. It's also probably just geographically a better term for it. So I'm in Central Europe right now. And then I'm going to be traveling south to an area that, again, is called Eastern Europe by some people, but is probably more accurately called the Balkans. So I'm going to be in the Balkans. I'll be in Croatia and Serbia and Montenegro and Albania. That whole area is known as the Balkans. So even though where I'm at right now and where I'm going to be can be called Eastern Europe and is considered Eastern Europe by some, it is more accurate and I think preferred by the people who live in these places to refer to this as Central Europe and to refer to the area I will be traveling to in the coming months as the Balkans. So yeah, just wanted to clear that up. But yeah, history of Slovakia. You may have heard of Czechoslovakia. Actually, if you're older than me, you probably remember Czechoslovakia, right? So it was 93 when Czechia and Slovakia split and Slovakia gained their independence. Previous to that, there was stuff with the Soviet Union, there was, communism, even, long before that. This area obviously has a long, long history. This was once part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, so there is a lot of history here. But in 93, Slovakia became its own country, gained independence. Bratislava, where I'm at right now, is the capital. Fun little fact, it is this and Vienna, the capital of Austria, are the two closest capital cities to one another anywhere in the world. So it's about an hour by train or bus to get from here to Vienna. Vienna is actually where I'm going next once I'm done with my stay here, but I might take some day trips over there as well because it's just so easy and so quick to get there. So Bratislava and Vienna, two closest capitals of countries in the world. Vienna, though, from my understanding, again, I haven't had the chance to go there yet, although I'm going there next, is a much bigger city. Bratislava, something that I've been loving about it so far, is that it is a very small capital city. For a capital city, it feels calm, it feels small, it feels very green. There are trees everywhere, there's flowers everywhere. It's a nice, calm, green city, and I like that a lot. So that's my first impression of Bratislava, that it is kind of calm and chill here. It's not super like hustling, bustling, super busy, and that's cool. Tomorrow I'm going to go out and see Bratislava some more. I've already walked around and seen some stuff, but tomorrow I'm gonna film some of Bratislava, so you will get to see the vibe of this city. But yeah, I think you'll like it. I have really, really enjoyed being here so far, and I get to be here for another 2 weeks essentially. So I think I'm gonna really settle in and fall in love with Bratislava. But yeah, that's all that I'm gonna say. I will see you tomorrow morning when we go out and explore the city. All right, good morning, guys. It's about 10 a.m. here in Bratislava. Sort of a cloudy, gloomy day. I keep picking the gloomy, sort of rainy days to explore the city, but that's all right with me because I prefer the cool. So I'm here, I just left the hostel. So I'm sort of staying at this hostel that's on the outskirts of the city. I'm way up on like a hill above the city, basically. So this whole area, there's a lot of like residential buildings, apartment buildings, houses, and then a bunch of very, very steep roads and sidewalks to get down to the city. So that's what we're going to do right now. I've been taking the bus a lot, but I'm going to at least walk down. I may take the bus back up later. But we are going to walk down from where we're staying to the city center. Should be about a 20-30 minute walk. It's roughly like a mile, maybe 2 miles to get down to Old Town. So I'm going to do that right now, and then we will see some of Old Town. I will try to get some footage while I'm still up here of sort of a panoramic view of the city, because you can really see all of Bratislava from up here where I'm staying. So yeah, let's go.
Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the girl you love so happy together.
One thing I find fascinating about Bratislava and the area that I'm in specifically, which is like, again, this like sprawling residential area on this hill above the city, is that there is such a mix of very, very old architecture. These old homes that I can only assume were built in the 19th century, if not earlier, and modern brutalist architecture. There's a ton of like very modern, boxy, brutalist homes and apartment complexes up here. And a lot of it is just like right next to each other. You'll have like a super old building right next to a modern brutalist looking building. And I really love that contrast. In general, I'm a much bigger fan of like the older architecture, but I find the contrast and the mix of the two to actually be really beautiful and interesting, and it makes the city really interesting to walk around in. I think Bratislava is somewhat known for brutalism in architecture. There's the famous UFO bridge that we will see a little bit later on that's sort of done in a brutalist style. But anyway, I've been loving that. I'll try to get some B-roll for you guys of this this interesting mishmash of different architectural styles. Our first stop is going to be Bratislava Castle, which sits in the center of the city, sort of towers over everything else, at least in the Old Town area. Really beautiful castle. I love the character that it adds to the city. Every city should have a castle in the middle. But anyway, this castle is super old, or at least the site is. It was originally built in, I believe, the 8th century, but it has been sort of just destroyed and rebuilt many times over the years. So most recently, it burned down in like 1811 and was completely reconstructed. It was completely reconstructed in the 1950s and 60s. So the current version of it is actually pretty newly built, but it is sort of a reconstruction of what it did look like for many centuries before that. So yeah, let's go see Bratislava Castle. I am walking around the walls of this castle right now trying to figure out how to get in. I can't find the entrance. I'm stuck outside the walls. I'm trying to storm this castle right now, and I'm failing. This must be how it felt to besiege Bratislava in medieval times. Just can't get into this darn castle.
So happy together, so happy together. And how is the weather? So happy together, we're happy together. So happy together, happy together. So happy together, so happy.
Okay, so that was Bratislava Castle. Incredibly beautiful. Lots of gardens and benches around the castle as well, so I will absolutely be coming back with a book to spend some time there. Panoramic views of the city from up there as well. We got to see the UFO bridge, the aforementioned UFO bridge, or as the locals call it, the UFO bridge. Next, we're heading to Chumil. Chumil is a statue, just a little statue of a road worker sticking his head out of a manhole grate. And he's super famous in Bratislava. People love him. People love to take pictures with him. It's sort of like a tourist thing you're supposed to do if you're in Bratislava, is to get a picture with Chumil. People, I think, like rub the top of his helmet for good luck, that sort of thing. So, yeah, let's go say hi to Chumil. Okay gang, camera died, so that's all you're gonna see today. But yeah, we saw the castle, we saw Old Town, We saw Chew Mill, and we will go out later this week and see some more stuff in Bratislava. All right, good morning, guys. It is a new day. How about that Chew Mill statue? That guy is a real celebrity. Pretty crazy. Anyway, we're going to see a little bit more of Bratislava today, but actually we have a very specific mission. There is a graveyard that I found, really, really cool, very old graveyard that I spent some time reading in, and we're gonna go back there and look for the oldest gravestone we can find. So that is our goal for today. And then that'll probably be the end of this video. I may make a second Bratislava video, I'm not sure. But anyway, if you would like to read about my travels, I have started posting journal entries on Substack, so I will link that below. Don't know if it will interest any of you. It's really sort of low effort, just like rambling, but yeah, if you're interested. The situation at the hostel is still chaos, but we're having a good time. We're figuring it out. Currently, the hostel is full. All beds are taken up. It was a little chaotic with people arriving because no one knew which bed they were supposed to be in, and me and the other volunteers had to help them try to figure it out, even though we also aren't given much information from the owners. So that was a little adventure, but it's cool. I've gotten to meet, a guy from Germany, guy from the UK, 2 ladies from Australia, guy from India. That's the cool thing about hostel life, is it sort of forces me to live with other people and meet people that I wouldn't otherwise interact with. So that's been a cool experience. One cool thing about this sort of hilltop neighborhood that I've been walking down from every day into the city is that there are a couple of embassies and consulates here. So I randomly happened to pass the embassy of Sierra Leone, so that was interesting. And I also randomly stumbled upon the United States Embassy, which was cool. It felt like a little piece of home. Obviously, I didn't, approach it or go in or anything, but I got to see the United States Embassy. And that's cool because I have not met any Americans in my 2 or 3 weeks in Europe now, which is weird. I mean, I've definitely passed them in the street, but of all the people that I've actually met and talked to, nobody else from the US yet. So felt like a little piece of home to happen to find the embassy. All right, well, we are now approaching the cemetery. I'm going to stop recording audio just because it feels potentially disrespectful to do that in the cemetery itself, but I will continue filming and we'll see the oldest gravestone we can find. Wow, guys, what a fascinating and beautiful and sad place. Yeah, really cool to get to just see so much history there. Yeah, just a sobering reminder that we're given just a short time on this earth. We have to make the most of it. The oldest gravestone I found was someone born in 1788, who I think died in 1849. However, I also found a gravestone of a husband and wife who died in 1800 and 1809. So I can only imagine, there were no birth dates, but I would imagine that they were born earlier than 1788. And there were also many gravestones where they were so old and worn that you could no longer read the dates. So again, I'd imagine that there are some even older than that. But yeah, very interesting way to close out this Bratislava video. But yeah, really special chance to get to just walk through that place. So many old and beautiful gravestones, so many lives represented there. But yeah, guys, that is it for now. I'm gonna go get a coffee, and I'm gonna close out this video here, and I will see you again soon. I may make a second Bratislava video. I'm not sure. I'll be here for another week and a half, so if I end up seeing some things that I want to share, I'll try to put a second video together. But if not, then Vienna is where I'm headed next after Bratislava. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.